The real money is quietly rotating into brand new plays with explosive upside. Today, I'm showing you 12 charts, most of them early, undiscovered, and full of alpha with the potential to turn small bets into 100x and even 2000x gains. Miss this and you will be the one buying late from those who got early today. Stick around till the end, do me a favor, press that like button, subscribe, let's get on to it, no time to waste. Firstly, troll. Just as I've been predicting, we reached that top of the fib line and I've erased our previous charting because it was looking like a bit too much, but now the chart is clean, and now that the chart is clean, we have a clear entry here at 21 million market cap. So you know what to do, stack limit orders here, okay? All the way from 22 to 19.3. This is the perfect entry for troll. If we grab the previous bottom and we apply, look, the candle close of the previous bottom matches this upwards trend line extension. It got touched 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, and now it could go for the 4th time. And so we have confluence here, okay? We have a clear bottom, we have a upwards trend line, and we have a downward trend. So this is where you stack your troll if you haven't yet. That's where I'm looking to re-enter my troll. It has been a beautiful trade, one of the best trades shown this year on any channel on YouTube. And so if you want to stack limit orders, there's Axiom, there's the link there, it's the best terminal. Limit order, limit buy, go there, 21 million, 22 million, even 19, 19.5, 19.6. This is where you stack those limit orders to enter on troll, and then you can chill and just wait for the chart to go there, hit it, and you can make another massive banger of a trade. Also important to notice, this was wave 1, this was wave 2, and now this was the completion of the wave 3, just as I was saying yesterday, okay? We have 3 waves. Look at this pattern. Things always move in waves of 3 most of the time in crypto. These are patterns that I'm telling you guys that all the multimillionaires know about. Stuff like fib line extensions, many of them use them, and they always know price goes to resistance and support, which we can trade that word for fair value gaps, okay? This is, I think, a very obvious fair value gap with confluence with the trend line and also the previous bottom. Now let's get on to the next. This next one is a brand new chart. This one is called FCoin. I can't say the name on YouTube because I don't want to get flagged. Our obvious support is right there at 2.48. That's where our bullish fair value gap is. I think the price has a good likelihood to come and touch down here. This would be an obvious perfect entry. This is a brand new chart. It just pumped the 10 million market cap and now it retraced. Remember also 10 million ones and zeros are places where the price tends to drop. So 10, 20, then obviously 50, 5 and 0 as well. These are the places where charts usually tend. Look, again, the same pattern as previously, wave 1, wave 2, wave 3. Things always move in waves of 3. If you think about it, these are Elliott waves. So you can say wave 1 correction, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. You can also say it was actually the completion of this Elliott wave, this giant momentum wave. You can also say a giant parabola. Look, parabola hockey stick, the parabola stops, and then you know there's a correction. These are things you need to start noticing, because if you do, you'll start being profitable trading meme coins. And now also interesting, the corrections are always in 3. So we have correction 1, A, B, C, okay? A, B, and now C. Usually the corrective wave is also a 3 movement wave. If you start studying Fibonacci, if you start studying these numbers, you'll realize things always move in very similar patterns because this is all human emotion. This is all human feeling, and it's all, it seems, mathematically coded. Now, if you look back before the last displacement, this last bullish displacement, bullish momentum wave, the 3rd one, look at the candle close on both of them. They close here. And so the price should be a good accumulation between 3.5 and 2.48. I actually think this might have been the bottom. So what I would do is just leave some limit orders stacked at 4 and 3.5 in case it retouches. It's very likely to retouch again. And then also a couple here in the middle, just in case it pulls back a little bit deeper. Does this look like a good chart? Yeah. Now, if it crosses below the 2.48 million market cap range, it's over. Okay, it lost all its momentum. It might come here, stay close, and then regain this level, and that's when you rebuy, okay? If it crosses below, you have to have a strategy, sell. If it comes again, then you rebuy and wait for the pump. But currently, I think this whole move could have been its first wave, and now we are setting up for possibly a second wave. Where is the second wave gonna go? Well, let's talk about this in case it pumps tomorrow or maybe in 2 days. Right now, I think it's all about the entry and getting that perfect execution. Again, all the millionaires use Axiom, start using Axiom, start putting your limit orders and join me on Axiom. And you will also be able to join me on my private eventually when I create it. It's going to be an amazing group. I will take my time because I want it to be perfect. Another one is Neat. Neat is looking very good, okay? Still at 10 million market cap. Is this a good time to buy? Look, if you have a strategy, this is not a good time to buy. Only gamblers buy these candles close to all-time high. It's almost breaking basically a new all-time high, but we need an entry. Now, after doing some charting, I found the perfect entries for our Neat. Now, this is a big accumulation range, but that's what the charts are telling me. This was the previous high, not the candle close, but the previous high matches this support line and this support line, and it was previous resistance. And then we have this major support line at close to 3 million market cap, 2.9 to be more precise. What can happen? We also have this trend line, support here, support here. So the trend line, if the chart is amazingly bullish, could come for a third touch, which is very usual. Then you can sell on a scalp, maybe on a double. That would be a good chart. Then what we also have is situation number 2. The trend line doesn't hold, and then it comes back here, stays, it accumulates. This turns into resistance, bounces, turns into support, and the buy zones are this between 4 and 2.9. This is where you accumulate your Neat. Another place to accumulate is, oh, I missed this entry, and then you see the price pumping. Never buy the green candles. Wait for it to touch, wait for it to reject, come back to support. This could be your second entry. And then let's say you missed the first and the second, wait for it to pump. Oh my gosh, green candles. Don't buy the green candles. Wait for the trend line that was support to become support again for a fourth time. And this is when you enter, okay? These are your 3 possible entry scenarios. If the chart is ultra mega bullish and it just makes new all-time highs, then we will have to trade. We will have to chart this again. Maybe the next entry is going to be something like 10 million market cap. I don't know. Always look for entries below. That's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm explaining you. That's why so many people watching this show are winning. That's why we are winning massively so far, because we do not FOMO green candles. Now let's get on to the next. This one has a very clear and easy entry. This one is called Gork. Absolutely exploded to 50 million market cap. It looks very sketchy, this chart, but we cannot deny bullish green candles. The entry is 21 million. As simple as that. This is where you stack limit orders. Okay, maybe 23, maybe one a little bit below at 19, then another at 21 million. If you want to enter Gork, this is where you enter. If your levels don't get hit, then just wait until they do. This looks like a very good accumulation zone, okay? This chart looks very, very weird. Looks like wave 1, wave 2, and we will still have a third wave. But this chart doesn't look natural. It doesn't look normal. This is a very weird looking chart. It's brand new. So what I would do is wait for that deeper pullback, and then you could scalp it. You could make anywhere from a 2.2x if you then sell at this obvious fair value gap. This is a bearish fair value gap. You could say massive accumulation here, good place to offload your bags, or you could wait for a new all-time high on that third, which probably goes anywhere from 80 to 90 million market cap. But I have to say, this is a very weird looking chart, almost doesn't look natural, so be careful. If the price comes a little bit too low, 16, 14, it's over, okay? You have to sell on that loss. It's going to be a heavy loss, but this is meme coin trading, so heavy risks. Now on to the next. Also a new one, it's called 𝗘𝗟𝗢𝗙𝗪. Now this is looking like a more natural, usual meme coin chart. We have an obvious trend line. It touched 1 time, 2 times, and now it's gonna go for that 3rd time. Remember Alch, remember Dark, remember all these other charts from last month that we traded perfectly. They all went for that 3rd and 4th touch. Many people got impatient. They didn't wait even sometimes for that 4th touch, but you have to have patience, always. This is the good time to buy, okay? Stack limit orders right there at the 4 million market cap level, at the 3.65 million market cap level, maybe one a little bit even higher at 4.9, but this is what I'm seeing on the chart. Look, if you plot a trend line, the resistance is quite obvious. What we could see is bang, bang, the price calling up, and then when it explodes, it's going to go straight to 20 million market cap if it's very bullish. Then the worst case scenario that I'm seeing here is this range at 1.9 and 1.47. Why? This was the first resistance on the chart right here. Once resistance got broken, that's when the price exploded. And this is the ultimate support level, the last support level. This level doesn't hold here, then we can say the meme coin is quite over. It's looking bullish and it does not look like it's going to go this slow. I do have to show you this on the chart because you never know. But this is the worst case scenario only. The truth is, this is the perfect entry. Now, if you see the price go upwards and not piling back, do not buy, do not FOMO buy, okay? If you see the price doing this, wait for the trend line to retouch. Usually these trend lines also serve as support. So last case scenario is the price explodes, makes new all-time highs to 14, 16, wait for that pullback on the trend line, and that's when you buy. That usually happens quite often. But this is a very good looking chart, brand new. Who else on YouTube is giving you these brand new charts? Always buy my momentum, always buy the new stuff with good charts, wait for them to form good charts. The reason why I didn't chart this yesterday is because it didn't look as obvious as it looks now. Same thing with Gork and 𝗕𝗏, but it is a good looking chart right now. Very, very, very good meme, the trencher. Now let's get on to another new meme that we haven't talked about. No one is talking about but us. This one is called Hornney. I don't think this one is as good as the others. We can definitely put a trend line here. I don't think this trend line is going to hold. It will support all throughout midnight, 1 a.m., 2 a.m. To me, this chart's probably going to come back to this 1.1 million market cap level and this 600k market cap level. That's what I think. I think it's going to retrace all the way to here. This is where you buy. This one is a very low market cap. I mean, it's 2 million. It's not that bad, to be honest. If this trend line holds, then what I would do is 1 touch, 2 touch. I would wait for the 3rd touch a little bit higher. Okay, just for that 3rd confirmation. The 3rd confirmation basically tells you, yeah, it's a good buy, but I do think it's going to go this low. Now let's get on to the next. Another one that I predicted to perfection was 𝗲𝗏. I drew everything here when the price chart was here, basically at 700k. Look at what happened. Exactly as I've been predicting, on our way to that 7.6 million market cap range. 𝗲𝗏, another perfect trade given to you guys. I gave you not only the perfect entry, I gave you the resistance, I gave you the support, I gave you the trend line. Look, for the ones who haven't been watching my show, this trend line, upwards trend line here, support, support, support. Then the support got broken and I was like, we have to reevaluate. The green line is where you buy, but not below. Wait for it to go a little bit above and turn this green line into support. Bam, in here almost became support. Then the trend line became resistance and I said, wait for the blue line. Bam, blue line got hit once, twice. Look, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. And then I said, once this resistance gets broken, it's going to turn into support. Bam, got broken, and now the resistance is support. So where should you buy? You should have bought it at the green, you should have bought at the blue, but you should have never bought this 4 million market cap level. You should have waited for it to become support. See what I'm saying? Same thing on that previous chart I was talking just a little bit below. Same thing. This was your last entry, 2 million. You could still be up on a double on it. And look what I drew. Bang, bang, exactly what I predicted. And now we're on our way to the top fib extension, which is 7.6 million market cap. Perfect. Another one. 𝗲𝗏 is looking beautiful. I'm still holding it back. I'm still waiting. I had patience. I entered and was waiting for a new update. There's a lot of people asking me, what about 𝗲𝗏? Here you go. Is this a good entry? No. Where should you enter? Honestly, you have to wait maybe for a pullback to this trend line here at 3 million. And if you're very, very lucky, you can buy close to the trend line, maybe 2.5, maybe 2.3, but at least wait for a pullback to 3 million minimum or too close to the trend line entry. But yeah, if you haven't entered 𝗲𝗏, you are not going to have that perfect entry that we got previously, where we're basically going to get another 12x, which is beautiful. Now on to the next, AI16Z. Honestly, remember AIXBT yesterday when I told you guys, let's sell? AIXBT actually went and touched our level, our 3x, even though we sold that at 2.5x. Beautiful. I was getting scared here. I was like, I don't know, man. Maybe XBT, such a poor trade, such a poor concept, not even going to go to 145, but it did. So if you waited another day, unlike some of us, could have gotten your 3x instead of your 2.5x. Same thing with AI16Z. In all honesty, I'm out here, okay? I'm done. To me, this is more than good enough. Very weak chart right now. You know, almost a 3x. To me, that's good enough on this market. If you get a 2.5x, a 3x on a good, decent liquidity coin, that's good enough. I still think it's going to go to 491, still going to hit this level, but it's looking like it's encountering some resistance here. Look, I drew the resistance previously. Look here, this 334 million market cap level, very similar to AIXBT. And so I'm kind of scared it's not going to keep bumping, so I'm out on AI16Z. Also, the owner, CEO of this meme coin is also not a very good individual. Then we have FartCoin. The reason why everything on chain is looking very good is FartCoin, because FartCoin was here showing some difficulty on this resistance, but it is going to our target of 1.5. It's just midway there, just on the middle. There's no resistance in between 1.2 and 1.5, so pretty confident it's going to go there. Also, Bitcoin is looking good today. Let's see if it pushes up on that resistance we were talking about previously. Now, another one that we nailed is Liquid, still on its way. Look, it came for the 1 touch, it came for the 2 touch. This is why you always wait. Ooh, I missed this first touch and it's going to 12 million. No, wait, do not buy the green candle. You waited, bam, you got an even better entry that pulled back a little bit deeper, close to 7 million market cap. And now it says 15 million, double your money. And we're still probably going to go into this range of 23 and 20 million market cap on Liquid launch. Very impressive. This is on Hyperliquid. One of the best ones on Hyperliquid. We nailed 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, and we still have other Hyperliquid memes that I hold, quite a bunch of them. Still waiting on them. That's why I haven't done more updates on Hyperliquid, but Liquid is looking very good and it's about to hit our target, 20 million, 23 million. Very impressive. Now, another one I haven't given up is SSE. 1 touch on the support. Look, upwards trend line, 1 touch, 2 touch, touch, 3 touch, 4 touch. 4th touch usually is the last one. I have never seen a 5th touch. Never. I have never witnessed a 5th touch. Either this is the last touch on SSE, and SSE is going to go encounter that resistance at 30 million, and then bang, explode through it and hit this green trend line here, which is probably the top going to be 20 million. 20 million is a very usual top on these meme coins. That's what I'm seeing on SSE. So I added some more SSE, okay? Because I'm a patient guy. If you're watching the show, this is one of my first predictions. We're still waiting for it, okay? All the other stuff exploded. SSE has been doing nothing, but come on, the 4th touch has to be the last one. If it doesn't survive the 4th touch, I'm out of SSE, okay? Because there's better stuff. But to me, added some more. Let's go for that 4th touch. Let's go for that explosion to 20 million market cap. I think it's going to be a banger trade. We're going to get something very close to a 3x. It's not going to be a 3x, but it's going to be like a 2.9x, 2.5x if you want to exit a little bit below 20 million market cap, which honestly is good advice. But that's what I'm going for on Solana Social Explorer. Again, guys, you have to start using Axiom. You have to start setting limit orders because this is the most important strategy, okay, to be profitable trading memes. To wait. It's the best way for you to be non-emotional, okay? You set your limit order and then get off your computer. Let the chart do its thing. If it doesn't hit, don't worry. I just showed you 12 charts, okay? One of them will hit. One of them will. That's your trade. You got the perfect entry. And then you get addicted to it. You get addicted to being right, to setting those limit orders, okay? Them getting hit. And then you wake up sometimes and you're up 2x, 3x. Oh my gosh. And then you want to sell immediately, but you have to be patient for the chart to hit those Fib levels. I'm also going to do some more explaining on Fibonacci levels because I think many of you haven't understood them yet, but let's do it maybe next week or for another day. That's it for today. Great show, I think. A lot of new stuff that no one has heard about. And this is the place where you get all the alpha, okay? I swear to you guys, I literally want all of you watching this to make it and start making money. I'm also going to be interviewing more multimillionaires that made, 5 million, 4 million trading meme coins only. And I guarantee you they will subscribe to these strategies that I'm telling. Upper, mid market cap with decent liquidity coins are always the best to trade. Always dangerous to go below 1 million. I still try and put some of them on the show, but it's always dangerous. And for some reason, people, if you show them something at 500k, 600k, that's the only thing they buy. Always trade the stuff that has momentum and trade good charts. See you tomorrow, guys.